I am your host, Will Hanna. Today we have a special candidates debate for the 12th District seat of Baltimore City Council. So I'd like you to welcome me in joining Mr. Devon Brown.
It's Devon.
And Devon Brown, and Ms. Odette Ramos.
Hi, Will. How are you?
Good morning. Well, I know you've all been laid the ground rules, so we want to go ahead and start with opening remarks. And Ms. Ramos, we'll start with you since you were the first one to actually confirm. So you'll have 2 minutes to do your opening remarks, and then we'll go into questions that we've received, and then we'll have a couple other questions, and then you'll have one question that you'd like to ask your opponent, and then we'll go into your closing remarks. So that's basically the framework for how the half hour is going to go. So, Ms. Ramos, without further ado.
Okay, great. Again, Will, thanks so much for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. And Devon, it's good to talk to you. I am running for the 12th District City Council seat for several reasons. First of all, let me back up and say that I've been in Baltimore for 20 years. I came here to go to Goucher College, and ever since I've been in Baltimore, I have been very active in doing lots of different things in our community, including helping to start the Village Learning Place on 25th and St. Paul as a volunteer, being very active in the Question 6 campaign in 92, very active in lots of different political campaigns, and organizing a lot of different things throughout not just the district but also throughout the city. I currently have my own business. It's called Strategic Management Consulting, and it's a small business that works with nonprofits, community groups, and other small businesses to help them run better so they can do their jobs better. And so I've expanded and grown lots of different organizations, which I get a lot of pleasure in doing. So that's a little bit of my background. I did also get very much involved in what was called the Neighborhood Congress in 98 and 99, which we can talk about in a little bit. So what I'd like to do in the 12th District, and the reason I ran was because I had been doing a lot of things to try to make change sort of outside the political system. And now I thought, well, this would be an opportunity to see if I can actually make better change by being in the city council and being a support person for lots of different initiatives moving forward. Specifically, however, there are 3 things that I'd like to work on, and of course there's so many others. Oh, wow. One is dealing with vacant housing. When I hear at the doors what's going on, people are very upset about vacant housing, and we have so many mechanisms that we can use to be able to bring those houses either down or in new owners, and we have to prioritize those in the 12th District. We need to invest in our kids. People talk about needing more things to do for our kids, and I've got a proven track record for getting that kind of stuff done. And expanding jobs by expanding small business. And those are the things that I have done and do well and look forward to doing in the 12th District.
Okay. Mr. Brown, for the sake of equal time, we're going to give you 2.5 minutes as well.
Yeah. Well, I promise I'll be under 2 minutes. Well, my name is Devon Brown, and I'm running for city council because, first of all, born and raised in the 12th District, went to school in the 12th District, invested in the 12th District. I attend church in the 12th District. I'm frustrated at how my district and my community has not made any type of progress that benefits the people. And so I'm running because I want to be the voice for our future, and that cannot wait until tomorrow. Our children needs to be a priority. I understand our youth. I know what they are going through. Again, a lot of politicians had came from the from East Baltimore, and they forget about our community. When they get into City Hall, they forget. I'm saying I'm running because I will not forget the people in my district, because I will not forget my grandmother who is from there. I won't forget my family who lives in the 12th district. I won't forget my teachers who taught me in the 12th district and the students that I want to invest in opportunities for. I will not forget the churches. I will not forget the local businesses in which I supported my whole since being born at Johns Hopkins in the 12th district. So I want to be the voice for the voiceless, and that's why I'm running for city council in the 12th district, not as a politician, but as a community servant. Thank you.
Okay. Well, we have a couple questions, and I'd like to thank both candidates for your open remarks. We have a couple questions that came in, and very clearly what we see is that the issues that go on in the 12th district are somewhat prevalent throughout the entire city. So the questions seem to be pretty generalized. One question, and we'll start with Mr. Brown. One question that came in was, do you have a strategy on how the city can be rid of vacant houses?
That's a good question. There are approximately 40,000 vacant properties in Baltimore City. Shockingly, 25% of those vacant homes are owned by Baltimore City. Listen, people need jobs, okay? The only way, and this kind of ties into the property taxes, the only way that the property taxes in Baltimore will go down is if we increase our tax base. We need to bring people back to Baltimore. Now, my thing is, where there's a problem, there's always an opportunity for a business, and there's always an opportunity for jobs. People need jobs. We have too many vacant homes in Baltimore. A lot of them come out of East Baltimore. This is what we need to do. First thing is that I would like to offer incentives for property owners to fix up the properties. So because right now, if they fix up the property, then they start having, the property owners will start having to pay property taxes. I would like to allow them to fix up the properties and don't charge them for property tax until they get someone to move in there. Second thing is that I would like to use our recreational centers as a classroom to teach young children and their parents in the communities a trade. We have plumbers who are laid off. We have bricklayers who are laid off. We need to put those people back to work by using the 25% of the vacant homes that the city use and hire people to fix up these homes, renovate them, and get people to move back to Baltimore. So simply, we need to build relationships, and that is working with these property owners, working with city government and housing, and getting people back to work by renovating these homes and getting people to move back to Baltimore. The only way that we do that is by building relationships.
Thank you. Ms. Ramos, would you like to respond?
Sure. The strategy is similar, but I have a little bit more details on that. We do have a lot of city-owned vacant property, but we also have a lot of privately owned vacant property where no one is doing anything with the property. After lots and lots of violations, no one's doing anything. So one of the mechanisms that we have in our city is called receivership, where if there's a house that's privately owned and it's fallen apart and the person is not doing their job or is absentee landlord in New York or whatever that's not paying attention, they're not paying their violations, we can take that house to housing court. The housing court can assign this to a nonprofit, which is called a receiver, that then auctions off the property to a new owner and someone who is pre-qualified, meaning they have money in the bank to be able to do the rehab. And there are several blocks of properties that we can do this kind of strategy with in order to bring maximum impact. And there are small developers in our area that will take those on. And that is something that we need to really focus on in the 12th District. It's in other parts of the city. This strategy will work and has been working in the 12th District. We need to just expand this